How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Quick update. Had surgery today. Got in there at like 11. They finally took me back around 2:30. I think Miss Tiger said she got a notification that said I started surgery at 3:45. I think I got out of surgery around 5, and I think they let me go around 6:30. Got home around 8 or something like that, 7:30, 8 o'clock. Oh, doing pretty good. Feeling okay. Uh, Happy that this is over and we can get moving forward on recovery. Um, just want to shout out to my company for taking very good care of me and in this time, and university hospitals, doctors, and the Center for Orthopedics. Uh, World class healthcare. That's all I'm going to say. Awesome. Take very good care of you. So there's that. Um, I also want to talk about a couple things, and I feel like I'm just going to put them in this video because I don't see a need to make 2 or potentially 3 different videos. And I'm going to try to keep it short and sweet this time. So I'm watching YouTube. I like to watch YouTube. We don't have cable. We have YouTube. Miss Tiger has her Netflix and likes her shows. It's perfect. I have ESPN Plus on Hulu, and it's trash. So I might get rid of that. It's just not worth it. But I mostly get most of my entertainment from YouTube. A lot of cool stuff on there. You want to learn how to rebuild a 350 Chevy block? It's there. You want to learn how to plumb? It's there. You want to learn about gardening? It's there. You want to watch somebody get their rotator cuff repaired, like me? It's there, probably. I've come to notice, I want to do this one first. Content creators. Yes, my channel, Purple Tiger Racing, is a content creation channel. I was doing racing videos and video game pickups. I now have the editing software, a new computer that is up to the task, and as soon as I'm healthy, I intend healthy enough to do whatever I can. Like right now, my freaking hand doesn't work and my arm is complete dead weight because of they put some sort of neuro block in there for the surgery. It'll be working again probably either by tomorrow or by the end of the weekend. No problem. We're cool. But I don't think I could even pick up a game controller right now. So when I'm healthy, my intention, since I'll be at home for a few weeks, doing some work from home stuff, which is pretty cool, I'm going to be the first truck driver to have a remote job, a work from home job. Well, I guess being a truck driver, we are always doing remote work. Oh, there goes my ice pack. Hold on a second there. I just want to get it off me. Okay, because it's been on for about 25-30 minutes. We're good. Anyways, so I'm going to be doing remote work. I won't have to commute to work, so I have a little bit more time in my day. So I might be able to do some fun stuff and just get back into it. I'm looking forward to that because I was actually having a lot of fun doing the Purple Tiger stuff with the race car games. I just didn't have the computer for it, and I really didn't have the time for it. So now that I have a little bit of time, maybe we can jumpstart that and have some fun, which I've talked about in previous videos. So, content to me is it should be entertaining, and there should be value, and you should want to come back, and I should strive to put out content in an honest manner with integrity, and hope that what I do has value to you as the watcher, and that you want to watch it, and you maybe even want to tell people you should see this guy's channel. It's a lot of fun, and I hope that's the way you look at it with like the car stuff, the video games, the racing. I hope you enjoy when my cats hop into the picture. I love it. I might even show some of my garden this year if I can get that in order. I hope you find it interesting. I hope you find entertainment value in it. I hope that you value your time as much as I value mine. And what I'm noticing in some of these content creators is, so I don't know if you guys know this, but as far as I know, and I'm not monetized, I only have 19 subscribers. I will not have monetization until I have at least 500 subscribers. And I think I don't know if it's 3,000 or 4,000 hours of content and content watched. And then I think there's some other hoops you got to jump through to get that rolling. And I think I need to do some shorts, and I'd actually like to do live streaming. That's my first goal, is to try live streaming and see how that works. See how you guys like it, and see if the channel grows. Be cool if it did. So, in order, we're at 6 minutes already. I'm gonna try to speed this up. I don't want this video being more than 15 minutes. I really don't want to pass 10, actually. As far as I understand, once you get monetized, in order to get an ad placed in the YouTube video you're making, I think it needs to be at least 8 minutes. That's fine. Make a 10-minute video. It's okay. You can make all kinds of 10-minute videos, get an ad, and if people like it, they'll watch it. You'll get ad revenue. I don't know how that works, like, financially, because I'm not part of that. I'm not that far into YouTube, and one day maybe I will. But most of the big content creators, this is their job, and I'm good with that. That's cool. I drive a truck, and I make about $100,000 a year driving a truck. There are people who've made more than $100,000 on a video. I'm cool with that. They're more interesting. They're more entertaining. It's cool. No hate. There are other content creators who are pretty big. They're not massive, but they're pretty big. I don't think they're over 100. The one I'm in general referring to right now, I think he's about close to 100,000. I'm not gonna reveal any names. I'm not gonna. That's smoke I don't want. But he runs like consistent 24 minute videos with clickbait titles, and they're not necessarily clickbait, but the information the title is referring to in the video is 18 minutes in. So you've basically watched enough video for him to run 2 ads. So he's going to get money for that. That's fine. Get to the damn point. If you're running a video, I'll give a hint. He's an F1 creator. I'll give another hint. He's very fast in his first 2 minutes, and then he slows down. Like, I guess that's his intro. It's so fast you can't even remember. Like, you can't. It's really hard to understand sometimes, and a lot of people in the comments will tell you how they have to run the videos at like a reduced speed rate so they can understand. He'll have a whatever so and so big reveal on new part or something. That actually works. Sorry about that. I have one hand and I'm trying to make this work. So and so big reveal on a part. Upgrades coming. Awesome. It's gonna be great. They're gonna dominate. Cool. Alright, cool. What team is it? What do they got? I want to know. I like Formula One. I want to know who's gonna be faster. What are we doing? Why does it work that way? Half the time it's speculation. Whatever. The F1 teams, they keep all that stuff close to the heart. They're not going to let you know what they changed on their floor to make their car go a tenth faster. 10th faster is big money, big league. That's stuff that like just changes the race altogether. But they're not going to tell you. So half that's speculation. That's fine. But you spent 20 minutes of a 24-minute video ramshackle rambling about other crap that had nothing to do with it. And I guess it would be like okay if you announced that you were doing like a week, like a daily or a weekly news session with that as your emphasis. But that's not the case. It's like, oh, dude, I'm about to get 24 minutes of like why Team A is putting on upgrade B and expecting performance enhancement C and why they're going to dominate. No, you get 18 minutes of why Lance Stroll can't drive a car around a track, and then Haas just put new brake ducts on their car and they're expecting to get half a tenth out of it. Everything I just said is completely not what I'm talking about, but is a great example. Um, it's just disingenuous, and it's for oh god, it's a guy in that movie who said greed is good. I get it. Make the content, run the ads, make money, do a job, provide entertainment. Cool. Love it. Don't do it like that. I won't do it like that. That's why this video is going to have 3 content pieces in it. And I'm going to announce all of them because I don't play that. If I get to that guy's level, it's because I ran the channel with honesty and integrity, with valuing your time as much as I value mine. I wish more content creators thought like that, and maybe greed wasn't such a big part of it. You know, it is what it is. Get the bag. You know, do good in life. Get the bag. Do what you can. I get it. Do better. So on that one, we're done with that topic. We're at 12 minutes. I'm going to try to wrap this up in 3. So let's talk about Switch 2 for a minute. What are you guys thinking? Personally, I have a Switch OLED. I rarely use it. We use it for, I bought it with the hopes that me and Miss Tiger could play like Mario Kart and other Marios. She's never played it once. Also, Splatoon 2 looked like something we could play because she could pick purple as her paint color because she loves purple and she could just paint the whole board purple, and that would be really fun for her, I think. We use it. I use it primarily like on airplanes or in like on vacations, or I tried to use it in my truck a few times. It was okay. Like by that I mean my semi truck. I bought the Portal 2. I thought it was going to be a better gaming experience than the Switch, and I still don't know if it is or isn't. I got to do more research on that one. I haven't used it that much. I don't actually have a lot of downtime in my truck driving job because I'm not a typical over the road guy. So I don't know which one's better, and honestly, at the end of the day, I don't have enough time to unpack all that stuff and get it fired up and play at the moment. Maybe in the future if they change the nature of some of the runs we do, we'll see. But personally, I think Switch 2, the price isn't horrible. I'd have to see more in terms of the specs, and I have a bad feeling that since I bought the computer, I'm gonna turn into like a spec snob a little bit. I think the PS5 does pretty good, but just from what I'm seeing on the monitor I bought, which it's not, it was a $200 monitor. It's very far from the top, and I honestly think the graphics are better. And I'm only running a 3070 RTX with, I believe, 16 gigs of RAM. So it's not crazy computing power. It's like it's a nice entry level computer to see if you like it. And the price was a good price for something that I just had to take out of somebody else's car, put it in mine, bring it home, clean it out, and by clean it out I mean, like, you know, give it a deep clean because it was a little dusty. But back to the Switch 2. I feel like $450 is not a terrible price. I don't remember what I paid for my Switch OLED. I think it was like $300, but you couldn't get them unless you bought a bundle. And the bundle, I think, came with 2 games. I think it came with Mario Kart, what is it, 8? And I think it's or Mario All Stars versus Rabbids or something. Um, so you got 2 games and some other stuff, but I had to pay for like $500 in a bundle, which wasn't bad because I think they gave you like an SD card and some other stuff, so it was kind of worth it. I don't necessarily, and everybody knows the Switch and even the Switch OLED are nowhere near the computing power of like a PS5 or an Xbox uh, X. Is that it? Series X. I'm not an Xbox guy. I'm a PS5. I'm a PlayStation guy. Um. So, is the Switch 2 worth its own price? That remains to be seen. But based off some of the reveal trailers, looks like it might be. The Mario 2, or I'm sorry, the Mario Kart, whatever, I can't remember what they call it. Whatever they called it, the open world Mario Kart looks pretty cool. Will it be? Oh, we'll see. It might just kind of be like a novelty or a gimmick, but like whatever. It looks fun. Um, this $80 a game nonsense, I'm not into. I'm definitely not into this $90 crap where you get a piece of plastic that doesn't do anything. I'm a physical guy. I like to hold my I like to be able to display things. I like to be able to hold my stuff in my hands and look at it. Back in the day, you got manuals and you got posters and you got stickers and all kind of cool stuff. And now you're lucky if you get an insert telling you to buy another game, which sucks. Um, but they're gonna if people don't push back on this, it's gonna raise the price of everybody's gaming. And I have one unwritten rule on this channel. It's not even my channel. It's me personally. I will never spend more than $100 on a video game. I'm not doing it. I don't care. It's a piece of plastic with a bunch of information. It's not worth it. You know, it isn't. It's not worth it to me. It's not worth it to you. There's a lot of people. I read a lot of comments on a lot of videos, and then the video gaming space. It seems like there's a lot of people that $100 is a deal breaker for them. They don't have it. Uh, One of the most important things that. Okay, we're at 18 minutes. I will wrap this up in 2. One of the most important things I've noticed. I am not a Nintendo guy either. I bought the Switch because I figured it would be like a pretty cool if me and Miss Steiger could play together. Um, the Nintendo has almost always been aimed at family and children. So the most part, you as a child need your parents to purchase it for you until you get to about 16, at least in the United States. I'm not sure how it works in other countries because I know I have some people watching from like some crazy places, which is awesome. I mean, I only got 19 of you guys, but like you're watching me from the craziest places. I'm not going to reveal them right now, but I basically have an international audience for 19 members. This is so cool. So that makes me happy. It makes me giggle. Turns me into a kid again. It's pretty cool. Um, Excuse me. So they kind of aimed it to where it's cheap enough so that a family could justify the purchase for their kid. And they've always been cheap. Not cheap, but they've always been somewhat affordable compared to like let's just face it. If you're struggling in this economy 4 years ago, 8 years ago, whatever, I don't care. Doesn't matter. If you're struggling and you have to make the decision between eating and buying a video game, I hope you choose eating or shelter or transportation. Um, if you have the money and you have a family and you want to spend quality time and you want to get into your hobbies with your kids, you're either buying a Switch, maybe a Switch OLED, or a, a, a an Xbox Series S because of the low cost of entry. Um, I don't remember what paid for my PlayStation. I didn't pay scalper price. I waited 2 years to buy my PS5, and I think I paid like $50 over MSRP. So I'm okay with that. That didn't bother me. I wasn't paying $1,000 for a PS5 from a scalper. Wasn't happening. Um, but back to Nintendo, the system's always been aimed at kids who don't have money, who require an adult to purchase it for them until they turn 16, and then they have to work and work and work and work for months to get it. Well, that's cool. Teaches you all kinds of stuff, budgeting, how economics works a little bit, uh, getting your learning about what it's like to work for something, which is pretty awesome accomplishment. At least it wasn't my time. I'm a Gen Xer. I just turned 48, so if I wanted something after I turned 16, I'm gonna go work for it. My parents took pretty good care of me. They still do, but I can't ask my parents to buy me $1,000 PS5. What the hell? I'm 48. What is wrong? That's terrible. That's bad pizza, man. But I think Nintendo lost the plot a little bit, especially with their little. Oh God, we're at 22 minutes. I apologize. Anybody who made it this far, you're an absolute legend, and you should definitely know that. And if you have a channel, let me know what it is so I can go like it. Maybe even subscribe. Let me go see what you got. Um, Nintendo might have lost the plot, especially with their CEO saying, if you can't afford a Switch 2, just go buy a Switch 1. That's awesome. And this $80, $90 game, crap. I'm not into it. They're saying GTA 6 is going to raise the bar altogether, $100. Not buying it. And then I think Klutzy King, he's somebody I watch once in a while. He's like a salt miner. He's awesome. I think he said that PlayStation, is it, re-released, what if it, Last of Us again? Like, why? Is it like enhanced for the PS5 Pro? Why? Look, I know I tell you guys some of the prices I pay on the videos when I go buy them from the exchange. And I'm also pretty transparent, I think, when it comes to buying games new. Sometimes I want a game new. A lot of times I buy games new. It's because it's a $60 game and they want $58 for an open one and used one. Why not just pay $2 more and get a new one that's never been touched and you know it's going to work? And if it doesn't work, you can return it and get one that works. So, yeah. So I tell you guys the prices I pay. It's not a flex. It's just, hey, I found this great game for $3. Be on the lookout for good deals. So maybe it's not a game you like, but that's not the point. The point is, I was able to find this secondhand for a good price. I have a bad feeling that raising games to 80, 90, 100 or more dollars is going to escalate and accelerate it's probably, I wouldn't really call PS4 and 5 retro. I'd say anything PS3 and back is retro. Um, but I think those prices are going to go up. It's going to get accelerated, and because
people will go after used games that are cheaper, like older stuff, titles maybe they always wanted to get into and just never did, and they're going to play them on older systems because maybe they have one, and then that market's going to go up. Just like right now, the tariffs that are going on are going to potentially make new cars go up, which is going to make the used car market pretty pretty much a more viable source for you to pick up a car if you need a car, and then those prices are going to go up, and they won't. I don't. They're not gonna. There's no way they'll match how much a new car with tariffs is because new cars are insane. The price these people want for new cars is insane, and it's gonna. I think that it's possible if we as gamers let them do this to our medium, they're gonna do it. So, most important message you get out of this one is that you need to vote with your wallet. GTA 6 might be worth $100 because it'll probably run for 10 years or whatever, how long GTA 5 ran. It'll probably turn into another massive game, massive online presence, massive multiplayer presence, and lots of DLC. So it might be worth $100, but not every game's going to be worth $100. I think one of the most expensive games I have that's not a newer game that came out is. I'm not going to show you now. I'll show you later because I'd have to dig it out, and I'm just not doing that right now. And we are at 26 minutes. Not what I intended. I apologize. Mike Tyson's Punch Out for the original Mike Tyson's Punch Out for Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES. I still have to see if that works. I still have to buy an NES. I never had an NES growing up. We had a Super Nintendo at one point. We had an Atari. We had an Intellivision. We had an SNES, and then I went and got the PS3. So, those were my steps. But yeah, you're gonna need to vote with your wallets. Don't stand up to this crap, and honestly, don't overpay for used or new video games in general. If you got a big backlog of games if you haven't played, I would get into that. I have a lot of backlog of my games. Um, So I have plenty of stuff to work with, and when prices go crazy, I don't need to buy games for a while if I don't want to. So um, there is one, and this will be my last point on this. There is one really funny caveat. I think I read somewhere. I don't believe I've watched it fully. I believe somebody posted a video on YouTube somewhere. If you could look for it. It's probably there. It looks like if you want to do a pre-order from Nintendo to purchase a Switch 2, you have to have a Nintendo account, which is genius because that's one way of them slowing down. I don't think they'll stop them completely, but that's one way of them slowing down the scalpers because you're going to buy it at Nintendo's price, which, I mean, I'm sure they could raise it with the tariffs if they want or whatever. They could change the price on anything they want. They're the business, but they're not going to allow someone to make money that they could make. I love that. I love that. I don't like that they want you to spend $450 on a console that's maybe not as good as the other current stuff, and I definitely don't like the idea of an $80-$90 games, but I do like the idea of Nintendo saying, no, you are not going to make extra money on us. It's not happening. That is our money, and you will give it to us. I like that. That's funny. I mean, it's a terrible message. It's corporate greed. It's not the capitalism type of capitalism I like. So don't get that twisted. I think capitalism is great when a company makes a good product. The competition is there to make even better product. The prices are reasonable. The companies make a product. They have they have lots of employees. They take care of their employees, and then people want to buy those products. That's capitalism, and everybody gets to be happy. Not this venture capital corporate breed era of bullshit we're in. That sucks. It is what it is. It's the world we live in. You can fight it as much as you can, but we're never gonna win that battle. unless we vote with our wallets. But I like Nintendo's take on it. And then I just watched a video from RGT85 about how Reddit is reporting scalpers to eBay of the Switch 2, and they're getting the posts taken down. So people have had enough, and they're pushing back, and they're voting with their wallets, and that is awesome. So those are the 3 things I wanted to say. I apologize, this video is twice as long as it should be, but I hope that I've brought you some entertainment value and you enjoyed what you saw. I apologize, it's a talking head without any cool video game footage. I'm not there yet. I'll do it when I'll do it as soon as I can figure it out. I'm still growing, I'm still learning, and I have to get back into it. I haven't actually made those kind of videos in probably over a year, so I have to relearn how to do that. And I will. I want to make good content for you guys. I want you to be entertained, and I want you to value your time as much as I value mine. And in order for that, I got to do a good job so that you value my time as much as you value yours. We're a team here at Purple Tiger Racing, baby. You're all my teammates. You're all on a team. You're all on a pit crew. So, with that, also, I'm having a little bit of issues here, and I got to use my I got a machine for, it's like a reverse spirometry machine, and I'm having a little bit of trouble talking because I'm only breathing with like one lung. They put a nerve block in. My right arm is pretty much dead weight. My fingers are working a little bit, and my lower forearm's working. This stuff will wear off probably by morning, they said, I hope. But it's I've talked nonstop for 32 minutes, and I haven't done that all day, and it's taken a little bit of, it's a little rough. So I will, and we are at 32 minutes. I apologize so much, guys. Anyway, hey, I hope you, if you're still here, I hope you enjoyed what I was talking about. I hope you think about it, and I hope you apply some of the things I said, or at least maybe you feel the same way and you can just agree. And if that's cool, give me a like, man. Let's talk about it in the comments. I'm gonna have plenty of spare time. On that note, I will let you all go, and you have a lovely day wherever you are, wherever you're watching this, whenever you're watching this, and I hope to see you in the next one. Talk to you later. See you later. Peace.